You've been lied to about how to study. Rereading your notes, waste of time. Highlighting everything in 5 colors, feels productive, does nothing. And making those gorgeous color-coded diagrams, also mostly useless. I graduated medical school with honors, and I'm going to show you exactly what actually works. The most important thing you can do is stop rereading and start testing yourself. There was a study in 2010 where they split students into 2 groups. Both read the same passage. One group got tested on it, the other didn't. A week later, the tested group remembered 50% more just from being tested once. So the way you implement this is simple. When you take notes, phrase everything as a question. Instead of writing paracetamol dose is 1G, you write, what is the dose of paracetamol? And hide the answer. And here's the thing people don't realize. Getting it wrong is actually fine. When you attempt an answer and get it wrong, your brain primes itself to absorb the correct answer way better than if you just passively read it. You can use this for literally anything. Coding, biology, law, languages, doesn't matter. One extra tip from people who use this. If your notes are already written as questions, even recopying them becomes a form of self-testing. So you're basically never wasting time. Active recall moves stuff into short to medium term memory. To actually lock things in long term, you pair it with spaced repetition. I use Anki. It shows you a flashcard. You try to answer it. Then you rate how easy or hard it was. If it was easy, it won't show you that card again for maybe 5 days. If it was hard, you'll see it again tomorrow. The idea is that your brain forgets things on a predictable curve, and spaced repetition fights that by reviewing things right before you'd forget them. I genuinely still remember brain diagrams I drew 6 years ago purely because of this. Not because I use that knowledge every day, just because of spaced repetition. If Anki feels too complicated, there's also Cards AI, which has a simpler interface, or you can just do it manually with physical flashcards, sort them into easy, medium, and hard piles, and review accordingly. One thing though, be selective about what you put in Anki. Don't try to memorize everything. Ask yourself, do I actually need this in my long-term memory? Because everything you put in there, you're committing to reviewing forever. This one's a bonus and it's underrated. After you've studied something, try to explain it out loud like you're teaching it to someone who knows nothing about the topic. No jargon, no complex terms, just plain language. The moment you get stuck is the moment you find out what you actually don't understand yet. Then you go back, fill that gap, and explain it again. It sounds too simple to work. It absolutely works. None of this matters if you only study when exams are 3 days away. I blocked out study times in a diary and used the Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes of focus, 5-minute break, repeat. It sounds basic, but having a defined structure stops you from floating through hours doing nothing useful. If you need more motivation, there's a variation called the Animadoro you study for 40 minutes, then watch one anime episode as your reward. Sounds ridiculous, genuinely changes everything. I wish I'd had this in first year. And if you're someone who studies better around other people, find a group of motivated friends. You're not just promising yourself you'll show up, you're promising them. Way harder to bail on. To summarize, stop rereading, start testing yourself. Use spaced repetition to make it stick long term. Explain things out loud to find your gaps, and build a system that makes you actually show up consistently. Pick one of these and try it this week. Start with active recall tonight, take 1 page of notes and rewrite it as questions. If this helped, like and subscribe, and drop in the comments which strategy you're trying first.